And yeah, and then something that doesn't get a lot of attention is the fact that the federal government is spending America into bankruptcy. You know, which is crazy. It's sort of, and that's really what leads to inflation. Is that when the government spends more than it brings in, that's what causes inflation. Yeah, so it's just a pernicious tax. So there has to be we have to radically reduce the amount of government spending so that we don't rack up a debt that is impossible to repay and drive the country to bankruptcy. So, I mean, just basic stuff, really, you know. These shouldn't be controversial topics. It's just like normal. Common sense, exactly. And you know, you're seeing all these attacks on freedom of speech, and they're like attacking me for freedom. It's like, yo, that's the First Amendment, like literally the first one. You know, tells me it's a high priority. And the reason they had the First Amendment was because, you know, the countries people came from, if you spoke your mind, you'd be imprisoned or killed. That's why you have it. That's really important. And then the right to bear arms is also really important. That's there to protect, you know. I mean, the Second Amendment is there to protect the First Amendment. So. As soon as the government can disarm the people, they can do anything they want. And we've seen this in one country after another. They take the guns away from the people, then they do fake elections, and then the people try to protest and they just get shot. That's what happened in Venezuela recently. They had a fake election. Maduro lost, like massively lost, like, you know, 70% loss. And he's like, oh no, I won. And and everyone's like, oh, you didn't win. There were big protests in the street. But the thing is that Chavez, when he came into power, took away everyone's guns. So now you're facing, you know, soldiers with assault rifles. Were you going to throw some sticks at them or something? Use finger guns? It doesn't work. So Maduro, even though he lost the election, is still in power. And that's the kind of risk that we face. So we've got to do everything possible to protect the Constitution. And I think this is, yeah. So you know, for all those reasons, that's why, you know, after thinking about it hard, it was very clear to me that Donald Trump has to win this election. It really does.